Farlost, created by John Miro. 14. The world flared green with every impact of rock on the force field that kept all souls aboard HHL-6 from certain death. In between impacts, though, the stars still spun, reminding Lou that the scientific miracles surrounding their ship had bought them reprieve, not escape. Still, holy shit, her mind repeated like a mantra. The asshole genius had done it. Her tight-pressed lips split in a nervous half-grin. "Thank you, Dr. Beecham," Lou said, letting out a deep breath she hadn't known she'd been holding. "This will do nicely." "You really should thank me. It's quite amazing what I've done," Beecham said, already post-gloat and tapping madly again. "But first let me see if I can't extend our lives past 20 minutes first. Hurry up and get in here, Stan." "I'm trying," Stan Rennick yelled. "There's a security lockout." Lou kicked back to her monitor. Sure enough, there flashed another blue warning light. She quickly dismissed it and watched as the icon for the console in front of Stan's chair lit up on her screen and mated itself with Beecham's. VP Burkov was still only half in his seat, vibrating with fear poorly disguised as rage. "No! Third Officer Villanueva! As ranking corporate officer, I demand you issue an SOS to all Hascom assets after you lock up this crazy bitch before she kills us all." Villanueva gave Lou an indecipherable look, then turned to the VP. "Chain of command is clear, Mr. Vice President, and a matter of maritime law not subject to corporate oversight." Lou blinked. The words were pretty safe and all, but she was pretty sure Arnel Villanueva had just told the VP of Research for all of Hascom Corporation no. She flashed Villanueva a morbid grin. "Hey, you sure you don't want this job?" Arnel actually smiled. "You're doing fine, Chief. I'm the one who tells you when you start slipping, remember?" Lou matched the grin, surprised by and grateful for the man's support. The lights winked out across the CNC, save for a few emergency spotlights. Seconds later, Nav Officer Okoro's voice called out, "Emergency reserve power is now below 50%. Per protocol, all but essential services have been automatically taken offline." Lou cleared her throat, taking care to keep her voice calm and controlled. "I think it's time for that second miracle, Dr. Beecham." "Doing our best, lady," Beecham called out, his hands tapping roughly. "Want to go to Pluto, Stan?" "No! Stop this, goddammit!" Burkov growled, slapping his fingers on his harness release again. "Or I'll see every one of you get sued out of existence!" "Sue us?" Taggart chuckled. "I think this, rain of death by rock that we're in the middle of is gonna get us first." Burkov pointed a finger at Taggart and snarled, "How dare you! You don't get to talk to me!" He turned to Lou. "Please," he almost sobbed. "I don't want to die." Lou felt her lip curl up in disgust at the smallness of the man. "Grow a pair, Mr. Vice President." "Over 1,000 contacts registered incoming by LiDAR. Tracking sensors have lost count," Rose shouted out from her nav console. "If Beecham's green light fades now—" Villanueva licked his lips. His gaze flitted from Lou to Beecham. "Can you guarantee me this will work?" "Fuck no," countered Beecham venomously. "But we're dead for sure if we stay here." He turned back to his workstation, slid his hand along a vertical control. The windows went black. "What was that?" wailed Burkov. Beecham turned to Lou to answer. "I'm blocking everything. Nothing external is getting through that field, not even light or any visible spectra, until it fails. But I have no way of knowing what damage the rock storm did or how long the energy will last in either the force field transmitters or in the FTL pods. We gotta go, lady, now." Lou stared at Beecham. The little prick had more steel than she expected. He hadn't exactly kept his cool, but he had stones she would never have given him credit for. "Third Officer?" Lou questioned, more coolly than she felt, her eyes boring into Villanueva. Villanueva remained silent for a moment, staring at Beecham's monitor, reflecting power spikes. More rocks vaporizing against Beecham's blacked-out force field. After a long pause, he nodded. "I concur, Security Chief Montaigne." All right, fine, great, Beecham ground out before Villanueva had even finished speaking. Now will someone unlock my FTL pod so I can get them online? Chop fucking chop, people! Beecham, Lou warned in a cold voice. People making life and death decisions don't get to swear blue streaks. Knock off the potty mouth. Beecham stared at her with wide eyes, incredulous. He laughed maniacally. Yeah, fine. We live through this and I'll knock it off. But for now, will someone take the child locks off my fucking FTL? 80 years of trying, Burkov implored, staring at Lou and the third officer. 80 years of failing. Please don't let Beecham burn us all. We're not going to burn, Beecham snapped back. He took a deep breath. I don't know why there's been an explosion on every FTL attempt, but it's not ship mass or reactor cores going up. Every explosion triggered by FTL has been way bigger than anything on board could account for. That means it's an external force. My field will keep us safe from anything external. Villanueva laughed, once and harsh. You'd better be right, Beecham. Computer, voice ID, Villanueva, Arnell, third officer. Official log entry, Commander Dwyer is dead. Second officer is missing in action. Acknowledge. An artificial computer voice did so. Confirmation by a second ranking officer is required to remove an officer from chain of command. Montaigne, Lulu, Security Chief. Commander Dwyer is dead. Divine is missing. Acknowledge. There was no pause. The synthesized voice continued on a ship-wide channel as a small news scroll appeared on every screen on the bridge, repeating the same message the voice conveyed. Hascom Heliocentric Lab 6 is now under the command of Security Chief Lulu Montaigne, field commissioned to Commander. All systems have been rekeyed to her biometrics and security settings. No! Burkov screamed again. Chief! Taggart boomed out. Burkov was in motion, and fast. Reaching out, face twisted in an animal snarl, something glinting bright in his hands. He was coming for her. Farlost. Music by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. Learn more at servingworlds.com.